David was 30 years old when he began to reign as king of Judah. And after he had reigned 7 years and 6 months, there came representatives from all the tribes of Israel to David at Hebron, and spake, saying,
Behold, your majesty, we are one people with one God. Therefore, O David, we plead with you to become ruler over both Judah and Israel, as the Lord God of Abraham and Isaac hath decreed. You are he who hath fed Israel and delivered Israel from her enemies.
Well, David, my husband, you're now king of all Israel.
Yes, it's a great responsibility, Abigail.
But you can fulfill the duties and responsibilities if you'll continue to put your complete trust in God. Let him lead the way, David. Obey him and worship him. When the diadem was placed on your brow at the coronation ceremonies, Israel had a king by divine appointment. Oh, it's been many years since Samuel anointed you as God's chosen ruler of his people. You've waited patiently all these years. So just continue to be patient. Wait on God, and you will be a great king, David.
You are all members of my court. Together we will rule Israel. Together we will guide Israel into a life of happiness and obedience to God. We can do this only if we work together, pull together as a team, and if we will obey God in all things.
Your Majesty, may I be so bold as to observe that each person here, each member of your court, personally pledges allegiance, first to the God of Israel, secondly to the King of Israel.
Well, I'm pleased at the demonstration of your loyalty to God and to me, and I'm sure that God is pleased. Now, we have a matter to consider which I feel requires immediate action. I am of the opinion that the capital city of the new Israel should be changed from Hebron to a place more centrally located. I'm appointing a committee to consider the matter. This is our second gathering together to consider a new and permanent capital city. At the first meeting, a committee was formed. I understand this committee has considered several possible locations and actually went to look over the terrain of some of them. Has this committee anything of importance to report?
We have, Your Majesty.
Well, let the report be given.
Your Majesty, we are of the unanimous opinion that the ideal site for the capital would be a place 20 miles distant. It is known as Jebus. It is well fortified and would be of easy access to all tribes.
Your recommendation, then, is Jebus.
We think it is the ideal location, Your Majesty, but are not decided if it is worth the price of retaking it from the Jebusites. As His Majesty will recall, when our ancestors came out of Egypt and conquered the land, Jebus was partly destroyed and their king slain. However, they have rebuilt their city and now consider it impregnable, even though they are located in the very midst of our country. Therefore, we are leaving the final decision up to His Majesty.
Thank you. Your recommendation will be taken under advisement. Any other comment or recommendation? Well, thank you. And my decision will be made known as soon as practicable. Dear, I've made my decision. Jebus shall be the future capital of Israel.
But I understand that it's impregnable.
No place is 100% impregnable. Jebus can be taken.
By a direct miracle of God?
Well, with God's help, of course. But it can be taken by strategy, by outwitting the Jebusites. I will make it the new capital of Israel.
You're sure, David?
Well, I think so. I'm taking Joab and the royal guards and champions to Jebus at sunup to look the place over and take it. You see, dear, I think I know the one weak spot in the otherwise impregnable fortress of Jebus.
So you are David, new king of Israel. You'd like to recapture our city, wouldn't you? If you'll never come in here, why, the blind and the lame could keep you out. That's how strong and well fortified Jebus is.
This is the spring called Gihon. It supplies all the water used by the Jebusites. It flows
I
in
know
the
how we
direction
can take Jebus. We'll cut off their supply of water, then they'll have to surrender.
How are you going to cut off their supply of water?
This spring is outside the city wall, and it's their only source of water. All we have to do is... Oh. For a moment, I'd forgotten that the Jebusites have that situation well taken care of. Half a centuries. They cut a tunnel in the rock to a reservoir, and they have water.
Well, you're on the right track, Joab.
I am.
The Jebusites are very sure of themselves inside their impregnable wall and natural defenses. They have no regular army or guards. If we could once get in the city, it would be a simple matter to take the city.
Yes, if one could fly like a bird.
Or swim like a duck.
I think His Majesty is serious, but I still don't understand. Swim like a duck.
What would happen if, mind you, if someone would go through the tunnel in the rock to their reservoir, and at the reservoir climb up the shaft?
He'd be inside the walls of Jebus.
Exactly.
Then he could make his way to the city gate, open it, and let the rest of us in. Within minutes, Jebus would be ours.
It'll be no easy task. The water's cold, and it may be impossible to climb up the shaft. But who wants to try it? Oh, well, I'll try it. I'll see you. I'm going to let several of you try. Joab, you and all you champions, and... No, that's enough. The rest of us will make our way to the south gate, hoping that soon one of you will make it and open the gate for us. The one of you who makes it will be rewarded for his valor. I will make him captain and commander-in-chief of Israel's combined armies. Remove your armor and anything indicating that you're soldiers. In case you get inside, you won't want to attract attention. Now, when you get ready, jump in, and good luck to you.
I'm ready. I'll see you at the south gate, Your Majesty.
The gate's opening, Your Majesty. It's Joab. He made it.
Follow me, men. But remember, the Jebusites are practically unarmed. They'll probably surrender without any bloodshed.
And they took Jebus that day, and it became known as David's city. From that day onward, things moved rapidly. By order of His Majesty David, King of all Israel, the capital city, formerly known as Jebus, and now as David's city, shall henceforth be known as Jerusalem.
We'll start here at this fortification. I believe the Jebusites called it Millo and built buildings inward. Oh, Abigail, my dear, already Jerusalem and the new Israel are becoming strong and respected, even feared by other nations.
My husband is well pleased, then, with the way things progress?
Everyone is pleased, except the Philistines. They already have a camp in the valley of Rephaim, probably waiting to see what we'll do, hoping that we'll come out there to fight them.
What are you going to do, David?
Inquire of the Lord and obey His instructions.
Go out against the Philistines, David, for I shall surely deliver them into thy hand. Your Majesty, sir.
Yes, Joab.
The enemy is completely defeated and destroyed, sir.
Well done, General Joab.
We found these, sir.
Idols. It seems strange that any intelligent being could put his trust in lifeless images of wood and stone. But they do.
What shall I do with them, sir?
Let them be burned, Joab. Let fire consume them, proving that they're false gods with no power or life whatsoever. Only the God of creation has life and power and being. Only He is worthy of worship and reverence. Remember that, Joab, and you will be a great general in the sight of God and man. As High Priest, your opinion is highly regarded. Tell me, what do you think of the idea of bringing the Ark of God to Jerusalem?
Israel is ruled from Jerusalem. Certainly it would be most fitting that the Ark, the symbol of God's presence among Israel, also be located here.
Then it shall be done. The occasion will be a scene of great rejoicing, an imposing display. You, as high priest, shall see to it that a good representation of priests attend the moving of the ark.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And scribe, you will send messengers throughout all the tribes of Israel, calling the princes and leading men to assemble at Kirjath Jearim for the moving ceremonies.
Your Majesty appears very happy, aglow with holy zeal.
I am, Your Grace. Long have I cherished the hope that the Ark would be in the capital city. My dream is about to become a reality, and I am filled with great joy and zeal. Is all in readiness for the moving of the Ark?
Your instructions have been fulfilled to the letter, Your Majesty.
And the Ark has been placed upon a cart.
Yes, Your Majesty. A new cart drawn by oxen.
Who is in attendance?
2 of the sons of Abinadab, sir.
The musicians?
They have practiced and are prepared to play the ceremonial march.
And the line of march?
According to your instructions, sir, first comes the ark. I and my fellow priests follow. The musicians come immediately behind us, followed by the princes and men of Israel.
Let us take our places then, and begin the ceremonies.
Slowly, the great procession begins to move.
Glory be to the God of Israel!
Glory be to the God of Israel!
Reverence to his holy name!
Reverence to his holy name!
With solemn gladness, the vast procession wound its way along the hills and valleys towards the holy city, Jerusalem. Long had it been since the land of Canaan had witnessed such a glorious and victorious scene. And the procession passed Nacon's threshing floor. Suddenly...
What is it? What happened? High priest, what happened?
Your Majesty, it appears that Uzzah, one of the attendants of the ark, has been struck dead.
But why?
I don't know, Your Majesty.
The stroke of death must have come from heaven. No doubt about that. But why would God permit such a thing?
Your Majesty, this is Ahio, son of Abinadab. He, with his brother Uzzah, was attending the ark.
What happened, Ahio?
Uzzah is dead, struck down from heaven.
Yes, but why? Why? What did he do?
Nothing, Your Majesty, except steady the ark when the oxen stumbled and the ark was about to fall off the cart. Instantly, Uzzah was struck and died.
Thank you, Ahio. You may go.
The people have grown restless, fearful. What are we to do, Your Majesty?
Oh, I wish I knew.
Shall we continue to Jerusalem?
Well, I hardly think so, Your Grace. For some reason, we've displeased God. Let the ark remain here, if a place can be found for it, until we've discovered what we've done wrong. Then perhaps shall the ark be taken on to Jerusalem.
I shall be glad to have the ark placed in my home, Your Majesty. I am Obed-Edom, a Gittite, Your Majesty.
Do as he suggests. Place the ark in his care.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And dismiss the multitude. Tell them to go home. The ceremonies are ended.
As His Majesty wishes.
When you're back in Jerusalem and have had time to meditate and study, come to my private chambers. I wish to talk to you about this. You may be seated, Your Grace.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I've been thinking about what happened to Uzzah and studying on the matter.
So have I, Your Majesty.
What did you discover?
We handled the movement of the ark entirely wrong, Your Majesty.
What?
Not at all in keeping with the specific instructions given to Moses by God himself.
You mean that Uzzah touched the ark?
It is to be touched only by the descendants of Aaron. Uzzah was a descendant of Merari. But further, Your Majesty, the ark is to be moved on the shoulders of Kohathites, and we were transporting it on a cart.
But striking Uzzah dead? Do we worship an unfair God? Is he so strict that one mistake brings sudden death?
The wage of disobedience is death, Your Majesty.
But why? Why? The striking down of Uzzah brought sorrow and sadness to all Israel. It turned the happy throng into one of grief and mourning. The sudden terror turned their gladness into fear.
But it may be that a great blessing to all Israel will result.
The death of Uzzah turned into a blessing?
Yes, Your Majesty. If we are made to realize that the commandments of God are made to be kept, we should have reviewed carefully God's instructions regarding the ark before we prepared to move it. God's commandments are not grievous. They are right and necessary to life and happiness and salvation. Perhaps it may seem to some that the judgments of God are unjust and born of a harsh, unyielding God.
Such a feeling have I had in my heart.
Banish such thoughts, Your Majesty. For by one sin Adam gave dominion of the earth to Satan and plunged the world into sin, wickedness, sorrow, death. The only salvation comes with obedience to God's will. The sudden death of Uzzah, because of his presumptuous sin of touching the ark, emphasizes the importance of keeping the simplest of God's commands.
I see that now, Your Grace. God is just and merciful and full of compassion.
Perhaps His Majesty will now give the command once again to assemble the priests and men of Israel to bring the ark of God to Jerusalem.
The ark now, in the home of that Gittite. How does it fare? And the Gittite, how does he fare?
He and his family have been greatly blessed, Your Majesty.
Then shall I be blessed, and all Israel, when the ark rests in the capital city of God's chosen people. Order assembling of the priests, the princes and chief rulers of all Israel. We will bring the ark into Jerusalem.
Again the chief men of the nation were summoned and assembled about the dwelling place of the Gittite. With reverent care the ark was placed upon the shoulders of men of divine appointment. The multitude fell into line, and with trembling hearts the vast procession set forth. Again the long train was in motion, and the music of harp and cornet, trumpet and cymbal floated heavenward, blended with the melody of many voices. As the triumphal procession approached Jerusalem, the watchers on the wall and the marchers burst into joyful psalms.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
Who is the King of glory?
The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
Who is the King of glory?
The Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory.
The solemn yet joyous ceremonies attending the removal of the ark to Jerusalem had made a lasting impression upon the people of Israel, arousing a deeper interest and reverence for the sanctuary service, and kindling anew their zeal for God. The influence thus exerted was far-reaching, and it resulted in freeing the nation of idolatry. Many of the surrounding nations were led to think favorably of Israel's God, who had done such great things for his people. Not long after the ark had been placed in a tent that had been especially prepared for it, David was sitting in the palace garden reflecting on the many blessings that had been his, when he was joined by Queen Abigail.
My husband, the king, is in a reflective mood.
Yes, I've been thinking. Abigail, look about you. Look at this palace, this garden, and all the other appointments of the palace. Beautiful, don't you think?
It's the most beautiful royal palace in all the world, and you build it. You, my husband, King David, king of all Israel. Oh, I'm so proud of you, David.
Yes, God has blessed me abundantly. A shepherd lad, watching sheep. That's what I was just a few years ago. Now I dwell in the most magnificent palace in the world. A palace fit for the King of Israel, people are saying. Yet, Abigail, my dear, look over there. What do you see?
Why, the tent where the ark was put. Why?
What do you think of it?
I think it's wonderful that the ark is so close to the royal palace and that you are making Jerusalem the religious center of Israel. Surely you'll be even more greatly blessed.
These things are true. But I mean, what do you think about me, the King of Israel, living in a newly built, beautiful palace, while the King of Kings dwells in a mere tent?
It doesn't seem quite fitting, does it?
It most certainly does not. And I intend to do something about it. I shall build a temple for the ark, the most beautiful building the world has ever seen.
I can see it now, David. A magnificent, imposing temple. The pride and showplace of Israel.
It will express Israel's appreciation of the honor granted the nation and the abiding presence of God. I shall go see the prophet Nathan at once and get his approval.
His Majesty seeks my advice?
I seek the will of God.
Then do all that is within thine heart, O King, for the Lord is with thee.
Nathan! Nathan!
Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth.
Go and say unto my servant David these words. Shalt thou build me an house to live in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle. Say further unto David, I took thee from following sheep to be ruler over Israel, and I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thine enemies, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men of earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people,
These things, your Majesty, were shown unto me last night in a vision, and I came immediately to make them known unto thee.
Then God does approve of my plan to build him a permanent temple.
He is well pleased with the idea.
But he doesn't want me to build it.
From thy earliest youth, O King, thou hast shed blood abundantly, and hast made great wars. Therefore the Lord does not wish for thee to build him a house. But a son shall be born unto thee, O King. He shall be a man of rest and peace, for the Lord shall give him peace with the nations round about. He shall build a house unto the name of God.
I had looked forward to building the temple. It would bring great honor and glory to God and to Israel. But I submit my will to the will of God.
It is a wonderful thing, O King, to submit one's hopes and desires to the will of God. It is a rare thing, even among God's own people. Often people are so set upon accomplishing the work which they have set their hearts upon that they refuse to yield the accomplishment of that work to another. They cling with desperate energy to that which they want to do, vainly endeavoring to accomplish that which they are incapable of doing, while that which they might do lies neglected. Blessings and prosperity follow thee all the days of thy life, David, thou friend of God.
Lord God of Israel, who am I that thou hast brought me up from tending sheep? For thy word's sake, and according to thine own heart, hast thou done all these great things to make thy servant know them. Thou art great, O Lord God. There is none like unto thee. Neither is there any God beside thee. Let thy name be magnified forever. Thou art God, and thy words be true.
Thou hast promised, and it shall come to pass. For thy name is great, O Lord God. There is none like unto thee.
Mephibosheth! Mephibosheth! Come here! Quickly! Obey me! Come here at once!
What do you want, nurse?
There's been a war, a terrible war with the Philistines, and your grandfather, the king, was killed.
Grandpa Saul? Killed?
Not only that, but your father, too.
Father?
Yes.
Will I ever see him again?
Never again, not in this world. That's why you and I have got to flee. Run away where we're safe.
Run away? Why aren't we safe here at the palace?
Because now that King Saul and Prince Jonathan have been killed, that man David will come here and take revenge on all the family. That includes you. So we must run away somewhere.
I like David. He plays with me, and he loves my father.
Yes, I know David and Jonathan were good friends. But he and your grandfather, King Saul, were enemies. And now that the king is dead, David will come here and be king. And kill you, so you can't be king. We haven't a moment to lose. Here, I'll carry you, and we'll run as fast as we can.
I don't want to run away.
But we have to, for our lives.
Where?
I know a man in Lo-Debar. He hates David. We'll go there. But we'll have to hurry. Here, let me carry you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop you. Where do you hurt?
Here.
Your leg? Exactly where does it hurt? Here? Oh, you may have sprained your feet or even broken them. I'd better hurry and get you to Lo-Debar.
Oh, he's badly hurt. I'm afraid he'll be crippled for the rest of his life.
It's all my fault. I should have been more careful.
Well, what's done is done. Anyway, you're lucky, both of you, to get away before David got there. He would have had no mercy. He's a demon. Oh, woe unto Israel if he gets hold of the throne. We'll all be slaves to his every whim.
Woe unto Israel this day. Today David was crowned king of all Israel.
Well, perhaps David won't make such a bad king after all.
Ever since I was a child, you've been telling me that David was a demon, and that he'll take revenge upon me if he discovers I'm a descendant of Saul. I hate him. I despise him.
Perhaps I've been wrong. For 6 years he's been king of Judah, and a good king, too. He's done nothing that would indicate he has malice or revenge in his heart for any descendant of your grandfather Saul.
I hate him, and I always will.
Mephibosheth, why don't you cheer up? Snap out of it. Things are never as bad as they seem.
I'm a cripple. Always will be. Why? Because of David. I hate him.
He's a cruel, wicked man.
But David and your father, Jonathan, were close friends. They loved each other.
If you're trying to get me to change my mind about David, you're wasting your time. I can scarcely move. I'm doomed to a life of uselessness and pain. No, 1,000 times no. I hate David.
Yes, sir?
Are you Ziba?
I am.
The king summons you to court at once.
Yes, sir.
Good day to you, sir.
Oh, what can King David want of me?
He's found out about me, that's what. And he wants you to take me to court so he can taunt and torture me. I told you he was evil, wicked, resentful.
Well, perhaps it would be best if you went somewhere else, hid from the king.
No. I fled from him once and became a cripple for life. I'm not going to flee again.
Then I won't go to Jerusalem to see the king.
You've got to. The king commands and everyone obeys, including you. You're back, I see. Has King David relented enough to let me live an hour or two more? Or must I die at sunup?
His Majesty was very kind, and he spoke...
Kind? Yes. Two-faced kindness.
The king was very concerned about you and your health. I think he's going to do something for you.
Yes. Give me back a good leg.
You've got to go see the king. It is his request.
I have no choice. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how he receives me and what he's going to do with me. I'll be there.
So you are Jonathan's son. Welcome to court. I'm so glad to meet you.
No doubt, Your Majesty.
I can understand your bitterness, but I shall do all in my power to make it up to you. Your grandfather, Saul, was a wealthy man. All his private possessions are being restored to you as his heir to support your family. In honor of my friendship for your father, Jonathan, you will be a constant guest here at the royal palace, sitting daily at the royal table.
You're serious?
Of course.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I have been led to believe that you are a selfish and evil man, an usurper of the crown. But they were wrong. I was wrong. No wonder my father loved you. Already I feel a strong liking for you, and I am sure God chose well when he chose you as King of Israel.
Lackey, I am weary. I shall retire to the comfort and solace of my chambers. Dismiss the court. We will convene again at a more convenient time.
Well, if I may be so bold as to suggest, Your Majesty, that perhaps His Majesty might wish to have audience with one more group before retiring to the quietness of his own chamber.
Well, who are they?
A delegation from Israel, Your Majesty.
Oh, ambassadors from King David?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Well, upon what mission are they come?
Well, they refuse to tell me, Your Majesty, except to say that it is a peaceful mission.
Peaceful?
Shall I send them away, Your Majesty, back to Israel?
Well, no. I'll see them after I have summoned my wise men and counselors. I want them at the audience so they can advise me how to handle the situation.
Your Majesty, princes, ladies, members of the Ammonite court, we are come as personal ambassadors of David, King of Israel. It is an unexpected honor to be received at the Ammonite court by the princes, wise and great men of Ammon. David sends his personal greetings and best wishes.
Well, just what does your king want of me?
Nothing, Your Majesty. David sends this word. I will show kindness unto Hanam, son of Nahash, the king of Ammon, even as Nahash showed kindness unto me when I was a fugitive from Saul.
King David wishes to send words of comfort to his majesty upon the death of his father.
My father showed kindness unto David?
Yes, your majesty. Your father gave asylum and protection to David when he was a fugitive from the rage of Saul.
You think my father did this out of kindness for David?
Yes, sir. Your father was a great man.
Great? Yes. But kind? No, never. He helped David, gave him asylum because he hated Saul so desperately. Guard?
Yes, your majesty?
Take these men and lock them up until I send for them.
Yes, your majesty.
Locked up, your majesty.
Now, you are my counselors. You have witnessed the audience with King David's ambassadors. What is your opinion?
Oh, King, think you that David desires to honor thy father? That he sent messengers to honor and comfort you?
Well, didn't he?
Of course not, your majesty. He has sent his ambassadors here to spy out your city and to search it and take it from thee.
But my father was kind to David. And
We
David...
are thy wise men and counselors, sir. And if it please thee, we would like to give thee counsel.
Permission granted.
Ambassadors from other nations are given immunity from the laws of our land. They are guaranteed safe conduct to and from our land. But these men from David are not ambassadors in the true sense of the word. So we suggest, your majesty, that they be insulted and sent back to Jerusalem. David will be furious. That's just what we want, to show him that we know what he's up to.
How do you propose to insult the ambassadors?
Cut off the lower part of their garments and half of their beards and send them back to David. They will be laughed at by all who see them.
That will make David furious. All right, counselors, it is ordered. Cut off half of their beards and the lower half of their garments and send them back to Jerusalem.
But, your majesty, they were insulted by the Ammonites.
Insulted? How were they insulted?
Half of their beards were shaved off. Worse still, the lower half of their garments were cut off, and they were made to return all the way in that shameful condition.
I'll tell them they may remain in the royal palace until their beards are grown back. Send chariots after them, that they may not suffer the shame of being seen by the population of Jerusalem.
Yes, your majesty.
You say the Israelites were ashamed of the ambassadors we sent back half-clothed and only half-bearded?
They stand ashamed before all Israel, sir.
Well, it is a good time to make war against David, wouldn't you say?
Oh, an ideal time, your majesty. But right now, sir, we do not have sufficient force to do much, if anything, against Israel.
We'll hire a force from the nations around about. First, send someone to the king at Syria, asking him if How many men and chariots do we have now?
About 50,000 footmen, your majesty, and 32,000 chariots and horsemen. Enough to defeat the Israelites without even half trying. And I have a plan of battle that I hope his majesty will approve.
Well, proceed with the telling of it, and we shall see.
Your majesty, I suggest that the Syrians of Beth Rehob and the Syrians of Zebah and Rehob and Ishtab approach the enemy from different directions. We will have David completely surrounded with a wall of brave, gallant men. There will be no escaping such a trap. David and all Israel will become a tributary of Ammon.
Your suggestion is excellent. I shall instruct my general to conduct the war exactly as you have suggested. We will win.
Your Majesty, the men of Syria have fled the battle. We fight the Israelites alone.
Well, is there a chance that we may win?
No, Your Majesty.
Oh, well, then tell the men to retreat, every man for himself.
The general of His Majesty forces to see His Majesty Hanan, great and mighty king of Ammon.
You may enter,
Lord
General.
of the King.
Your request for an audience stated that you can assure me of a way to defeat the Israelites.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Well?
All the nations from the great river Euphrates to the east and the Mediterranean Sea on the west, and all the peoples to the north and as far south as Egypt, hate the Israelites. They are growing too great in power. I suggest that we form an alliance, a coalition among ourselves against Israel. It would be a formidable alliance, one the Israelites simply could not cope with. And we, you, O King, would be the ruler of the world.
Good. Good thinking, General. Excellent. I shall send ambassadors to the various nations at once. King David isn't as smart as he thinks he is, and neither is their God.
Well, General Joab, it seems as if the Ammonites just won't give up. This time, I myself will lead our forces, and with the help of God, we will win again.
General Joab?
Yes, sir.
I am Hanan, king of Ammon.
Yes, I am aware.
I wish to see your king, the great and mighty King David.
I am David. Welcome to the Israelite camp, Your Majesty.
What is your price for surrender?
Oh, we will never surrender, Your Majesty.
I mean, our surrender.
The same as the rest of the nations who have surrendered. You will pay Israel tribute. You will be a tributary state under Israel's control.
Very well. Agreed.
Joab, order the men to stop the war. It's won, thanks to a long-suffering and gracious God. He has saved us. Exalted be the God of our deliverance, the God that subdueth peoples and executeth vengeance. In your opinion, how much longer is this war going to last?
Your Majesty, the Syrians have already surrendered. It will be but a short time before the Ammonites surrender. A week or 3 at the most.
Good. Then I'm going back to Jerusalem and leave the war up to you. I'm tired and weary. Anyway, you don't need me. You're an able and capable general.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Shall I assign a special detail to escort you to Jerusalem?
No, Joab. Just my armor-bearer and champions will be enough. I'm going to do nothing but rest for a while. Good luck to you here, Joab. Let me know how the war progresses.
I will, Your Majesty.
Anything I can do, Master?
No. I'm just restless. It's so warm inside. It's cooler up here on the roof. You may go. I'll be all right.
Yes, Master. Good evening, Master.
Just a minute.
Yes, Master.
Over there on that rooftop. Look at that beautiful woman. Who is she?
I know not, Master.
We'll go find out quickly.
Yes, Master. Master.
Yes. Who is she?
Her name, Master, is Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite.
She's already married. And to Uriah, one of my best and most gallant and faithful officers. Oh, well, I want you to go over there to her home and ask her to come here as soon as she can. Tell her that the king demands an audience with her.
Yes, Master.
David had been successful in his battles and popular with his people. This honor and adulation were not without effect upon David. He began to feel that he was the important one. He forgot that he had been successful because he had followed God's leading. When the beauty of Bathsheba attracted David, he determined that he would have her, even if he must trample God's precepts in order to obtain his own selfish and lustful desires.
Here, sit down, Bathsheba.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty.
No need to be frightened or nervous. Relax. No one will harm you.
Well, it isn't every day that a humble subject gets summoned before her king.
It isn't every day that a king has the pleasure of such beautiful company.
Oh?
Kings have feelings too, you know, just like any other man. And, if I may say so, you're one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen.
Thank you, sir. But I'd better go now. After all, I am married, and my husband
He's with Joab, fighting the Ammonites, isn't he?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Well, then he won't be home for a while.
Probably not.
I know he won't. He's been gone quite a while, and, well, aren't you rather lonesome without him?
Oh, indeed I am, Your Majesty.
Well, I'm lonesome, too. So won't you stay and talk a while?
Well, what will people think and say?
It matters only what the king thinks, and I am the king. Well, don't you want to stay a while with me?
I can have no desire except to please my king.
Ah, good. Slave, bring some refreshments. I think Bathsheba's a beautiful name. A beautiful name for a beautiful woman. The evening, too, is beautiful. Send a messenger to the battlefront and ask General Joab to send Uriah here to me immediately.
Uriah, the king sends for you. You will leave immediately.
What does the king want of me?
How would I know? Just do as he commands.
Long live the king.
Ah, greetings, Uriah. How is General Joab and his officers and men? The battle, how is it?
Oh, very fine, Your Majesty. To all the questions. The war goes especially well. General Joab expects the Ammonites to surrender any day now.
And you, Uriah, how are you?
Oh, tired, Your Majesty, and weary of the war like all the other soldiers. But otherwise, I'm fine, sir.
You're one of my finest and most loyal officers. I thought I'd give you a rest from the war. So go to your home, Uriah, and rest. I'm sure you'll be glad to see your wife again, and she you.
His Majesty is very thoughtful.
Now give your wife her king's greetings and blessing. You may go now, Uriah.
Long live the king! Long live the king! Long live the king.
Good morning, Uriah. Did you sleep well?
Oh, yes, sir, and thank you, sir.
They tell me you did not go home as I bade you, but slept with the servants.
No, king. The ark of God and the people of Israel dwell in tents. Joab and his men sleep in open fields. Why then should I go to the comforts of my home? Nay, Your Majesty, I cannot.
Well, remain here for a few more days, Uriah, and rest. Then will I let you return to the battlefield. Scribe, one of my officers named Uriah is here in Jerusalem, awaiting my permission to return to the battlefield. Find him, will you, and bring him before me. More wine, Uriah?
Yes. Yes, I could use another drink.
Now, will you go home and see your wife and rest?
No, Your Majesty. As long as my friends are fighting a war, I will not go home. They can't, neither shall I.
You may return to the battlefield now, Uriah. When you go, will you take this letter I've written to General Joab?
General, sir, here's a letter for you from the king.
Thank you, Uriah. Joab, greetings. I want you to place the bearer of this letter, Uriah by name, in the hottest part of the battle. Then get you away from him, that he may be smitten by the Ammonites and die. I wonder why all this fuss about Uriah. Uriah, come hither, please.
Yes, sir.
The king highly commends you for faithfulness and loyalty. I need a brave, courageous man right now at the walls of Rabbah. Go there immediately and take charge of the fighting.
Yes, sir.
David, who at one time would not even harm the wicked King Saul because he was the Lord's anointed, had so forgotten God that he now desired to take the life of an innocent, upright man in order to satisfy his selfish desires.
A little harder with that battering ram, men. Down with the walls of Rabbah. Harder, men, and we...
Sir, you're hit. I'll carry you back to the rear.
No. I'm dying, so pay no attention to me. Just get those walls down. Harder with that ram.
And so, Your Majesty, General Joab wants you to know that the faithful Uriah fell and died heroically.
Take word to Joab that he's not to worry about it. War devours one as well as another. Tell him to fight a little harder and overthrow Rabbah.
Yes, Your Majesty. Long live the king! Long live the king!
Scribe, as soon as her time of mourning is past, send for the wife of Uriah. I would converse with her. Bathsheba, your husband died valiantly on the field of battle. Well, you're beautiful, and I would that thou become my wife. It's the least I can do for the widow of my most faithful officer.
The king's least wish is my command. It would be an honor.